Have you ever heard someone say, if we evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? It's a question that often pops up in casual conversations and even in classrooms. It's a funny thought, isn't it? It makes you pause and think, and maybe even chuckle a bit. But let's dive deeper into this common misunderstanding. It's like asking why your cousins are still around if you all came from the same grandparents. And that's the key. Just as you and your cousins share grandparents but are not the same person, humans and monkeys share a distant ancestor but are not directly descended from one another. The truth is, humans didn't evolve directly from monkeys. Instead, we share a common lineage that branched off in different directions over millions of years. We're more like distant cousins. Think of it as a family tree where the branches represent different evolutionary paths. We share a common ancestor, way back in time. This ancestor lived millions of years ago and was neither a monkey nor a human. Imagine a great-great-great, add a few more greats, grandparent that we both descended from. This ancient primate was a creature that lived in a very different world from ours. This ancestor wasn't a monkey or a human. It was a primitive primate that had characteristics of both but was its own unique species. It lived millions of years ago, in a time when the Earth was a very different place, with its own unique challenges and environments. Over time, different groups of its descendants evolved in different ways, adapting to their environments and developing unique traits. This evolutionary process eventually led to all the primates we see today, monkeys, apes, and yes, humans too. So next time you hear that question, you'll know the fascinating story behind it. Think of it like a big family tree. Way down at the bottom of the trunk is that common ancestor we share with monkeys. As you go up the trunk, it branches out. One branch led to different types of monkeys. Another branch led to apes. And guess what? Humans are on that ape branch. We're more closely related to chimpanzees and gorillas than we are to any monkey. So, the next time someone tells you we came from monkeys, you can tell them it's a bit more complicated than that. We're all part of the same primate family, but we each have our own unique evolutionary story. The savanna, spot potential predators, and carry resources back to their communities. Diversity of life on Earth. Section 4. Meet the ancestors, from Australopithecus to us. Our human branch of the family tree is full of fascinating characters. One of the earliest ancestors was Australopithecus, a group of primates that lived in Africa millions of years ago. They were smaller than us and had smaller brains, but they walked upright, which was a huge step in human evolution. Then came Homo habilis, known as handyman because they were the first to make and use simple tools. Over time, our ancestors continued to evolve with bigger brains, better tools, and the ability to control fire. Section 5. The human journey. millions of years in the making. The journey from those early ancestors to modern humans was long and gradual. It wasn't like one day an ape gave birth to a human. Each generation inherited tiny changes from the one before. Some of these changes helped our ancestors survive and reproduce better in their environment. For example, those with bigger brains might have been better at finding food or solving problems. Over thousands and thousands of years, these small changes added up to big differences, eventually leading to us. Section 6. Monkeying around our primate cousins today. While humans were busy evolving big brains and building cities, monkeys continued their own evolutionary journey. They thrived in forests around the world, becoming masters of their environment. Some monkeys, like howler monkeys, developed incredibly loud calls that can be heard for miles. Others, like spider monkeys, have long limbs and prehensile tails that allow them to move with amazing agility through the trees. Monkeys are incredibly diverse and fascinating creatures, each species perfectly adapted to its own unique niche. Section 7. Connected by DNA, humans and chimps closer than you think. It might surprise you to learn that humans and chimpanzees share about 98 to 99% of their DNA. This means that the genetic code that makes us who we are is almost identical to that of our chimpanzee cousins. That's right, we're practically genetic cousins. This close genetic relationship is why we see so many similarities in our behaviors, emotions, and even social structures. Chimps use tools, show empathy, and have complex social hierarchies, much like humans. This incredible similarity is a testament to our shared ancestry and the power of evolution. Fossil records and evolutionary studies show that humans and chimpanzees diverged from a common ancestor around 6 to 7 million years ago. This shared lineage is evident in our physical and genetic traits. While we may look different and lead very different lives, our shared DNA underlines the deep connection we have with our primate relatives. Observing chimps in their natural habitats can give us insights into our own evolutionary past and behaviors. It's a reminder that we are all part of the incredible web of life on Earth, each species with its own unique story to tell. From the tiniest insects to the largest mammals, every creature plays a role in the ecosystem, and our shared DNA with chimps highlights the interconnectedness of all life. And who knows what fascinating twists and turns evolution has in store for us in the future. As we continue to study genetics and evolution, we may uncover even more surprising connections and learn more about our place in the natural world. The journey of discovery is ongoing, and the future holds endless possibilities for understanding our shared heritage and the mysteries of life on Earth.